It's Vic here with Vic's Views. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I just got done watching. Uh, it's called Backrooms, man. I've been wanting to watch this movie for a while. Now I like this movie, but I'm not. I'm gonna tell you. I'll be honest with you. I don't think this is for everybody, but it kept you engaged. It's just a guy who owns a store and he's going through all kinds of stuff in his life. He's going through a divorce and all that kind of stuff, and he just he's going to this therapist and everything, and he's not selling his furniture and all that, and he's got, I guess, he's behind on all his bills and stuff, but he comes across this back room. He goes in this back room and he goes through this wall, but he notices there's a crack in the wall, and he sees a light because he's having problems with his electricity bill. There was this odd breaker box, and the guy that was an electrician, was trying to find out how come his electric bill was so high. And to make a long story short, there's the breakers. You know how breakers are in the breaker box? There was a set of breakers at the bottom that was going up this way, and so one night when he was asleep, he woke up and he noticed that there was he went downstairs to look at the breaker box, and then when he went down to the breaker box, he was getting mad, and he flipped those breakers at the bottom, and then after that, that's when he noticed that he can go through this room. But it didn't happen like that. He just he flipped those two red breakers that was going this way, and then the lights came back on. But then when it came back on, he seen a crack in the wall. So when he went up to that crack, he put his hand through it, and he noticed he could put his hand through there. First it freaked him out, and then he put his arm through there, and it freaked him out even more. And then he went through, but when he went through, he fell through, and then it freaked him out. And then after that, he started walking through this room, and it just kept going and going and going and going. And then, you know, he just kept going. What I do like about this movie is this movie did have good shots of. It's very imaginary. That's what I say. I liked it because of the way, man, I'll be honest with you guys, the way people come up and make movies, and the way people come up with ideas, I had to go off there. What I did like about this movie, you guys, is the fact that when I was watching this movie, I just sit there and go, this is why I like going to movies. I don't think this movie's for everybody, because I just literally got out and I was on vacation day, and I'm excited, y'all, because there's been a lot of movies I want to go see, and some of these movies are going to be hit or miss. But I really enjoyed this movie, but I don't think this movie would be for everyone. It's going to be one of those ones where people say, well, I didn't think it made much sense, and I didn't understand what happened, and this and that and that and this, and you might say all that, but at the same time, I really like how I just was just looking and looking and looking. And he gets he I don't know, man, this movie's hard to explain, because part of me was thinking that this dude was making all this crap up, but then I don't think he was making all this crap up. And then he was going to his therapist, and then his therapist was like, didn't believe anything he says, and then he left. He took two of his buddies down there, two young people that was like in their early 20s, and he asked them to go down there and check it out, and they thought something was wrong with him, and then they went through the wall and they freaked out. But when they went through the wall, that was a boyfriend and girlfriend, and there was parts where I was like, dude, why don't you, he told the guy that owned the store, he was a black dude, and he had this younger white couple that was working for him, was helping him film his store so he can like get a commercial so he can get. You have to watch the movie. Anyway, he talks them into putting a rope on it, and I like what she said. She goes, well, why don't we tie the rope on you and you go down there? And he's like, no, he's got the camera. I'm like, well, you already. I told Dad, I said, you already talked us into going to this weird place, so why don't we put the rope on you and you put the camera and you get to. I didn't like that part. Well, anyway, the girl was smart because she thought something was odd, and so obviously her boyfriend was like, dang, man, this is crazy, because they weren't freaked out when they got behind the wall and stuff, but he got down there, man, something killed him. But then this movie is weird, man, because there was like, this dude was like, it was part of his conscience swirled. And then the lady that was his therapist, you know, how you go to like when you go talk to somebody when you have all these problems. Well, she played a very important role in this movie too. They had flashbacks of her life when she was a little girl and her mom's house got tore down, and I don't think her mom wanted her to go outside, and there was flashbacks about that. I enjoyed this movie, but I don't really think a lot of people is going to, I'm not going to say not like this movie, but what I am going to say is I think that a lot of people be like, you know, because at the end of the movie, you know, that young couple got killed, and then when he left a message to that woman that's like a shrink or something, or what's those people that sits on the couch and listen to you talk? Well, anyway, he left a message to her and asked her to go. You know, he said, "You're not gonna never see me again." And so she decided to go to the store, and then she goes through the door, but then she goes to this big parking lot and there's nobody there. And then when she walks in, man, there was so many things that I ain't gonna lie. Look, if I go through a door, I fall through a door, and if I can get back, I'd have been like, I'm gonna send the military. You know, that's what I did. I would have sent the military. Well, I'd ran out so fast. I'd have called a bunch of cops. I said, man, trust me. I said, man, I want you to get 5 cops and come with me and go through this door. That's what I would do. I'd have been like, okay, I'm gonna get some police officers to come check this out. So, but you know how movies are. You go straight through there and you start exploring and stuff. Movie was cool, y'all. It was cool. But I'm not gonna go into specifics because it would take way too long, and I don't want my videos to be too long. But anyway, I'm enjoying myself, y'all. I really am. I'm so happy that it's you know, I'm just so happy that I'm able to go out and see movies, man. I ain't gonna lie, I love movies, man. Even if I watch a movie that I think that a lot of people might not like, there's gonna be a lot of y'all that's gonna like this movie. There's gonna be a lot of y'all that's gonna be like, huh? That's what you guys gonna be like. But I enjoyed this movie. I would have to watch it again, but I did enjoy this movie. And I will say my hats off to the people that produced this movie. The acting was good, everything was good, all the shots was good. It kept you engaged. It's one of those movies where either you're gonna like it, or you're gonna be on the fence, or you're gonna go like this, like, huh? You know, because she was asking, I don't think she goes, because there was a part where, I don't get too much away with, the woman went to go find the black guy to own the store, and he got killed by his own made up pirate self. And you have to watch the movie to see what I'm talking about. But anyway, she gets away, and she goes through there, and she gets away, and then all of a sudden all these people in these hazmat suits that probably knew about this for a long time, well, they go take her through all this place, and then they would decide to talk to her at the end. She goes, am I going to get out of here? And they's like, that decision's not up to me. And then the ending was left kind of weird, because the ending was more of a, you know, when I watched the ending, I was sitting there saying to myself, is this it? Did they not let her go? Because there was mannequins in there of people that must have got lost in there, and they were like a version of themselves, but in a weird way. This movie is a trip, y'all. This movie is a trip, and I loved it. But like I said, I don't think this is for everybody. It's gonna be one of those movies like, oh, I love this movie. Or it's gonna be one of these movies where I'm like, man, I didn't get it, man. I don't know about that movie. And it's gonna be one of those movies where you're gonna be like, huh? You know, because it's weird, but it's a good movie. It's a good, well-made movie. It's a very, you know, just look, this is why I like going to movies, you guys, because I love going to movies when I see how people think, and, you know, and there's things that come up in the writing and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if this is going to be for everybody. But anyway, man, I just thought I'd let you guys know I watched this movie. And I just, you know, thought I'd let you know I just literally got out of theater. So anyway, God bless and enjoy your day. It's very nice outside, man. I don't drive my car that much. I'm in my car, normally in my truck. I'm gonna go wash my truck. I'm gonna wash my car off. So anyway, God bless, and we'll catch you next video. We'll see you.